Buddy, it's Bite. I'm going to be doing a episode special for a Chaac build that I've picked up and managed to run with over this recent Chaac week. Now I've already pre-put these consumables on here in places where just be out of the way, so I don't have to place these during the video. So let us begin. Starter items. The thing I'll start off with saying is this build is primarily just been using this and Clash, Arena, and Joust, and Siege, just everything outside of Conquest. You feel free to do whatever you want. It probably would work there. So I'll find out in a few days. This is whenever I have to record the 6th video for Chaac Week. So, start out Bluestone, because Bluestone offers you mana, which is not super necessary, but it helps, as well as power, a decent amount of power too, being 15 for 800 gold, just like other starter items. Plus, Death Soul is not super amazing in my opinion. And the passive, of course, you guys know what Bluestone passive does extra damage. Next up, we'll be getting our tier 1 boots, because we need a little bit of mobility. Right? So we'll get our tier 1 boots. Or, alternatively, if you feel you can get away with it, I generally don't do it, but I have done it, you can go straight into Morningstar, because you're going to be getting Transcendence. As for active, or excuse me, relic, not active, I'm still stuck in my ways on that, you're going to want to pick up Shell. Because Shell is just simply amazing. You got to think here. Your character is what? He's a mobile. Chaac is a mobile. He can slow enemies, so you don't need Curse to slow them. Now, sometimes there are situations where you'll get the anti-heal, but generally Shell is always the best. And there are situations where you'll be getting Sprint, though generally you'll see everyone else pick up Sprint. You gotta, if the enemy team has a Shell and you don't, you're pretty screwed. The Shell is that good. Alright, moving on. You're going to want to finish your boots up like immediately. You're going to get power boots because Chaac actually has some pretty decent scaling. I believe it is what is it, like 60, 70, 180, and then whatever scaling his ultimate has. His heal scale is 180%, by the way. I thought that was pretty sweet. Alright, up next you're going to want to pick up, I'm just going to categorize these as the core items that you're going to want to always have, and then everything else is generally whatever, provided, I'm not going to put cooldown on here, but the cooldown is useful. You're going to be picking up Transcendence. Now, I would recommend getting Transcendence right after your boots, but if you want, you can always pick up the next item I'm going to show you, which is, of course, going to be Hide of the Urchin. This is an item that offers protections of both kinds, as well as mana and health. Now, if you take a look at all the other items in the game right now, there are like no defense items that offer health and protections. And if they are, some of them aren't very good, and whatever. This one has both, and it has similar amounts. Plus, it gets up with its passive. As Chaac, you can be hitting everybody in a fight. Think your ult. It's like, what, 30 or 40 yards around it? So you slam down. It's not going to do a lot of damage, but it's going to hit everybody. Just like, bringing up like Hui. Like, Hui hits everybody. So you're going to get them assists if kills happen. It's easy to stack. Just boom, stacked. Up next, let's see here. For your damage, and generally what you'll be getting after, will be a Jotun's Wrath, because this gives you cooldown reduction, gives you a little bit of pin, which will help you. It gives you, yet again, some more mana, so that's extra power for your Transcendence, as well as just more sustain in lane, which is not a super big deal on Chaac, as I will repeat over and over, no doubt, since his passive is clear casting, as well as some extra power. So you'll be up to a fairly decent amount of power right now, fairly high amount. After this, after these are what I would consider like Chaac core items in general. Would be these. You can pick up. Let me put that down here in the defensive area. You could pick up, say, a breastplate. Now this is more mana, so it's more power, but most importantly of all, this is more cooldown. This capture cooldown, in fact, as well as offering a large chunk of protections. Now if you look here, this is level 20 Chaac. He has 2,430 health, plus his heal, which is 320, I believe, plus 180%. That's going to make you really tanky. Provided they don't have anti-heal, you're going to be surviving a long time, and even with anti-heal, you're still going to survive quite a while. Let's just throw some more damage things out here while we have an opportunity. Titan's Bane. You would use this to cap out your build at the end, or if you feel like you're lacking damage, like something like right here. Boom. Then all of a sudden, you're doing damage again. Because just through natural protection scaling, Jotun is not going to do much for you. This offers only 10 pin. It's not really a lot. Just helps early game when it's low. You get that Titan's Bane, you're going to be doing damage nearly all game. Let's see here. Situationally, you could pick up a Brawler's Beat Stick. Let me just clear some of these items off of here. Say if they have a healer, right? Well, this offers power, a good amount of power, 20 flat pin. That's awesome. That goes with your Jotun's has 30 pin. Plus, enemies hit by your abilities have 40% reduced healing and regeneration. So if you do something like that, you'll miss out on this, which is 30 power and 33% pin. But instead, you'll get 40 power, 20 pin, which is just flat pin, not percent, so it'll be less generally. And then you'll have the anti-heal, which is really, really good, especially if you run into things like if you have a Guan healing, if you're fighting another Chaac, Hercules, etc. Up next, we're going to look at more situational defensive items. You'll get things such as you'll get your Bulwark of Hope, right? This is just fairly standard. This is a lot of magic prot. It's some decent health. It's crowd control reduction, which doesn't really matter, but it's there. It helps a little bit, but it's not super important. Most importantly of all, you get the not a chance passive. Oh, you think you're going to kill me? Whatever. Playing Chaac, and I'm just going to get Bulwark of Hope popping. Pop my mitigation ult, pop shell. Just be immortal. Do whatever you want. Alright. Another defensive option. This is sort of a defensive offense option. This is more like for a fun thing, guys. You could always pick up. This has always been good on Chaac. Always get that mystical mill. And a lot of people think mystical's not super good. It's a little bit pricey, but that's still 40 damage per second to people who are close by, and you have a good way of sticking people to you. Chaac has a heavy slow. You can also teleport to them, so don't underestimate it. Plus, it's 300 health and 30 physical protections. Think if you have your hide with you, or even your breastplate or something like that, you're going to be rocking with a ton of physical power. You're going to be like over the top with it. And this health, along with that damage, it really makes a difference. It's good. I don't mind the potions there. Alright, now we're going to talk about your relic choices. Generally, you'll always have a shell. But other choices that you can pick up before it or after it would be sprint, because everybody gets slow immunity, and faster for 6 seconds is really good since slows are super strong. Then you get your situational item here if they have someone who has healing, and you have your beat stick, or if you don't want to get beat stick because you want to get Titan's Bane, you can always take this. Plus, if they don't have a sprint and you get this, that on top of your 3 is essentially a damn root, so enjoy that. And then we're just going to throw something in here that's primarily aimed at conquest. If you're in the solo lane, you sort of got to take that. So there you go. And we'll just throw this in here for ease of access. Put something in there that's primarily for if you do like an assault or something, or if you feel that you'll get away with it. Generally, I would only ever get that on Guan. Okay, next up, you got your wards here. Just wards. You got to have your wards. All right, now we're going to put some 2 little fun items. Just because fun items. We get something like this here. This is a just because fun item. Because increases your healing. Chaac has a lot of healing, so it's like what, 64 more healing plus the scaling on his max rank heal, and plus any other form of healing you receive. That's for another fun item. It's hard to say. It's not a lot of super. Oh, there's another fun item you get there if you want. Pick this up. Frostbound's always an option if you don't want Frostbound. If they have too many slows and you don't have a sprint, or you can't get it because you've already got your active slots filled, count that. That's a good utility item. That is crowd control reduction, attack speed, which helps Chaac because he's got a good swing progression. You might want to get chins with that. It's whatever you want to do. It's health, and then there's the passive. Alright guys, well this has been the Chaac special build guide. Let me know what you think down in the comments if you so choose. Once again, I want to thank you so much for watching this. We'll be finishing up Chaac week before too long here. So please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Goodbye.